Sunram. Sunram finds an OC left pocket three on the way. Tickles a twine.
Now it's Matty Bass on the drive. Bass, nice move, and Bass with an easy layup.
To the feet, Ruppel brought back down. O'Connor, though, lost the grab, and down to the mat. Ruppel with a chance for a pin with a minute 15. There it is.
Pick and roll, Kaloran. Hooks it underneath, and a bunny for Hannig.
Right side to Charlie Shaw. Shaw looks right, drives in, attacks the double team, and splits him for the layup.
Halston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening and welcome to Milner, North Dakota, the site of tonight's District 1 girls basketball contest between the Enderlin Eagles and the Sargent County Bulldogs. We will be right back with pregame coverage you're watching here on yourliveevent.com.
Jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Winter Conference 2025 is Wednesday, January 22nd at the Avalon Center in Fargo, North Dakota. You can register at planterdoc.com. Engineers, agronomists, and product experts will share insights focused on improving farm operations. Stay ahead of the curve by learning how to maximize your efficiency in the field with solutions for every season. Register for Winter Conference 2025 at planterdoc.com.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is your local LG Seeds and Dairyland seed dealership. They offer the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans along with alfalfa. Anderson Seed Farms is also a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred Spring Wheat Seed, which was the top-grown spring wheat in North Dakota last year. If you'd like to know more about these industry-leading products, contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at 701-724-3601 or check out AndersonSeedFarms.com.
Sargent Central Public School, helping others create themselves, things, and opportunities. It's home to a variety of wonderful opportunities, including a 24/7, 365 community wellness center, a 3rd through 12th grade smart lab, free pre-kindergarten, 1-to-1 student devices, and 12 weeks paid parental leave. For more information, please visit sargentcentral.org. Good luck, athletes, and good luck, Sargent County Bulldogs. Together is Central.
I'd like to welcome you into the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank, your small town bank and big time partner with the Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. On the call for you here this evening, I am Nick Furch. I will be joined by my cameraman, Connor Olson. We've got an exciting District 1 matchup here this evening as the Enderlin Eagles are coming into enemy territory, getting ready to face in their first District 1 contest of the season. The Bulldogs, on the other hand, playing District 1 contest number 2, having previously beaten Wyoming-Lidgerwood approximately 10 days ago. As for the Eagles, they are coming into tonight with a 3-7 overall record, 2-3 in Region 1 play. They're coming off of a loss last Tuesday when they faced off against New Rockford Cheyenne. That loss marked 2 in a row, as they had also previously lost to Lemoore Litchfield Marion just the night prior to that. They have a most recent victory against Napoleon Gacko Streeter and an exciting 1-point victory back on January 3rd. That makes up the 3 contests they have played since the start of the 2025 calendar year. As for the Sargent County Bulldogs, they're coming in to tonight's game with a 7-2 overall record, 5-1 in region play, and that 1 victory in District 1 over Wyoming-Lidgerwood. But they're coming into tonight's game losers of 2 of their last 3 contests. They fell in a game to Linton HMB over the weekend, And if you watched that game on your live event, you would have seen that they had fallen into quite a hole in the first half and struggled to dig themselves out of it. They had made it as close to a 2-point deficit after trailing by as much as 13 points in that one, but just ultimately unable to pull off the comeback. They had defeated Lisbon their last time out prior to that one, but they had lost that first loss of the season was to Mayport CG. At the time of that contest, the Bulldogs were ranked number 2 in the state of North Dakota, and with those 2 losses to a really good Mayport CG and Linton HMB teams, they have dropped down now to number 10 overall in the most recent states poll. Taking a look at the Enderlin Eagles, some of the players to watch here in this one. This Eagle squad has quite a few seniors who have seen a lot of varsity basketball over their careers. Guard Michaela Wall and Aspen Schlecht are 2 of those players, as well as center Penelope Spain. Are the 3 seniors not only in the starting lineup, but also on Coach Bo Deagle's squad. So it'll be interesting to see how do those 3 seniors, how do they help lead what is a pretty young overall Eagles team. As for Sargent County, they are quite opposite. They are very senior heavy, not only in their starting lineup, but also the few reserves that we'll see Coach Searstead go to. Also pulling his senior and Chloe Bogart off of the bench for Sargent County. We look at the keys to tonight's game. As I mentioned, that senior leadership, senior experience for Enderlin is going to be something to keep an eye out on. One of the other areas that'll be a big area of focus for Enderlin is how do they take care of the basketball. One of the areas that Sargent County does a very good job at, and when they're having success, is playing full court pressure defense and forcing turnovers. That's when a player like Emma Bixby really thrives for Sargent County. So how will those guards of Wall and Schlecht, how will they do against that full court pressure, as well as how will they be able to contest with the size that Sargent County brings on the inside. Now, as for Sargent County, they really need to work on getting out to a fast start. As I mentioned, their contest against Linton HMB over the weekend, they fell to a double-digit deficit in that first half and had to spend and really go through a lot of energy to try and come back in the second half. And you could see as the game progressed there in the third and fourth quarters, really just kind of lost the wind in their sails. So will they be able to get off to a quick start here in this one? And also, how will their junior forward, Carly Cadoon, how will she come out and produce from the field? She's one of these players where she's shooting the ball well. That's one of those hot hands you want to go to, but if she's not, how do you supplement her offense, averaging just about 20 points a game coming into tonight's game? So if she's shooting well, how do you continue to feed her when you see those obvious double teams? But then also, if she's not shooting well, how do you find other offense? One of the players for Sargent County who really struggled, at least in the box score, was guard Emma Bixby. She did get into some foul trouble, so we saw a little bit less of her in the beginning of the second quarter, but she was held scoreless in that game, a player who's averaging nearly 10 points a game and about 5-6 steals and assists for the Bulldogs as well. So those are going to be some players to watch for Sargent County as well as for the Eagles. So now, before we run out of time here in our our pregame coverage, let's take a look at the starting lineup for Coach Deagle's Eagles. So we'll start first with that senior guard, number 2, Michaela Wall. She'll be joined in the backcourt by junior guard, number 5, Caitlin Maggio. Another guard for the Eagles is the freshman wearing number 11, Jana Olsen. Aspen Schlecht is a senior. She's wearing number 13. And Penelope Spain, the senior center, is wearing number 22. As for Sargent County, their starting lineup is the senior point guard 5'2", number 2, Emma Bixby. A senior forward standing 5'10", number 14, Liliana Lee. The junior forward standing 5'9", number 22, Carly Cadoon. 5'7", senior forward, number 35, Sadie Newstall. And the 5'11", senior forward, number 41, Ashlyn Sundquist. Rounding off the starting rotation for Coach Searstead's Sargent County Bulldogs. That'll do it for our pregame coverage here. We will step aside and we'll be back with the starting lineups from the floor you are watching on yourliveevent.com.
Leadership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Starting at guard is senior number 2, Michaela Wall. Starting at guard is junior number 5, Caitlin Maggio. At guard, a freshman number 11, Jana Olson. At guard is senior number 13, Ashton Schlecht. And at center is senior number 22, Penelope Spain.
Once again, the starting lineup for the visiting Enderlin Eagles: number 2, Michaela Wall; number 5, Caitlin Maggio; number 11, Jana Olson; number 13, Aspen Schlecht; and number 22, Penelope Spain.
Starting at point guard at 5'2", senior number 2, Emma Bixby. Starting at guard at 5'7", senior number 35, Sadie Newstall. Starting at center at 5'11", senior number 41, Ashlyn Sundquist. Starting at forward at 5'10", senior number 14, Liliana Lee. And at the other forward at 5'9", senior number 22, Carly Cadoon.
And once again, the starting lineup for the Sargent County Bulldogs: number 2, Emma Bixby; number 14, Liliana Lee; number 22, Carly Cadoon; number 35, Sadie Newstall; and number 41, Ashlyn Sundquist. And lineups are set, and the 22s are going to get us set to tip here, Spain and Cadoon. And Cadoon wins the tip. It will be Sargent County basketball to get things started. Looks to be maybe a 3-2 zone as Newstol's three-point shot off the mark. Rebound gathered there by Olsen. This is Schleck now, top of the key. Kicks it to Wall near side. Looking for Spain down low, posting up. Schleck now opposite corner. Her floater up and off the mark, but we're going to have a foul and 2 shots for Schlecht. And that foul is going to be called on number 2, Emma Bixby, her first, team's first. And first free throw for Schlecht is up and good, and that will get the Eagles starting in the scoring column. And 1 for 2 trip for Schlecht. Lee coming away with the rebound. She gets it to Bixby, who's looking to push right away. Kicks it to Newstol. Back to Bixby. Here's Sundquist corner. Her three-point shot left short. Newstol fighting for the offensive board, and she gets it, and that's going to be a bucket for the senior Newstol. Olsen now picked up by Lee. Spain down low, going right at Sundquist. Good little spin move there, but blocked by Sundquist. Rebound gathered by Cadoon. Bixby cross-court swing to Newstol. Her mid-range jumper off the mark. Chases her own miss, and we've got a tie-up between her and Jana Olsen. Possession arrow favors the Eagles. So 1 for 3 early on here for Newstol. Olsen back to Schlecht, a full court pressure here as Bixby looked to almost jump that pass to Schlecht. Just able to cross it past the mid-court line. This is Majo back to Olsen. Now Schlecht down low to Spain. Good job there by Newstol, able to wall up. Wall now to Majo. 5 left on the shot clock. Wall looking for 3. Instead settles for a mid-range pull-up jumper, and last touch there by Majo as she came in to try and secure an offensive board. Lee now, her mid-range jumper up and off the mark. Good box out there by Michaela Wall, and she's going to draw the foul there. I think they're going to call that on Lee. They will. So her first, team's second here, about 2 minutes gone in quarter number 1. Still just that 1 field goal from Newstol, and that free throw from Schlecht deflected out of bounds. Ball will stay here with the Eagles. Olsen able to split the double team, gets it ahead now to Wall. This is Majo, far side corner, down low to Spain. Spain kicks it to the mid-range area there for Jana Olsen, and that's going to be the first made field goal for the Eagles. Nice vision there from Spain, able to kick it for that open mid-range jumper. Bixby swings it to Newstol. Newstol goes inside for the layup, shot no good. Lee fighting for the board. Somehow Newstol's able to come away with it, and as she tries to kick it out, she's trapped there by about 3 girls. So good job by the Eagles, able to wall up. Olsen, another mid-range jumper, and this one spins around and falls. 4 points for the freshman Jana Olsen as the Eagles lead here by 3. 3 minutes gone in quarter number 1. This is Newstol again, leaving Newstol open. This is a shot from Sundquist, in and out, no good. Newstol puts it back up, no good, gets her own miss, and that time Newstol is able to finish. So Newstol, not somebody who often gets shots on goal in this current offense, but not a player you want to necessarily forget about, as she does a good job getting those hustle points on that putback opportunity. So Wall now far side guarded by Newstol. Gets it up top now to Majo. Now here's Schleck guarded by Kadoon. Up top now Olsen. Majo, her three-point jumper is off the mark. Rebound gathered there by Sundquist. Bixby now to Newstall. Newstall back to Bixby. Kadoon left alone for three. Her jumper off the mark, and good box out and rebound there for Aspen Schleck. So over halfway through quarter number one here. Eagles up by one, and that's going to be tossed out and will be a turnover. Checking in for the Eagles is number 12, Karina Olsen, and number 20, Zoe Getty. Bixby now to Kadoon. Her three-point jumper is good. Carly Kadoon in the score book, as well as a lead for Sargent County here, 3.5 remaining. This is Wall, her three-point jumper, a little bit strong. Good weak side rebound there from Sundquist. Down low, this is Newstall. She throws that one up off the glass, no good. Gets her own miss. Pulls it out, takes the three-point jumper, a little bit flat there, as that's going to be rebounded by Getty. Bixby harassing Schlecht here near side. And we're going to have a timeout called on the floor by the Eagles. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. This timeout and all timeouts all season long are brought to you by Bank North. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what value-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.com today. So just under 3 minutes remaining here in quarter number one. Sargent County doing a good job at getting shots on goal, just unable to connect. Sadie Newstall, I believe, has shot it probably 7-8 times here, and only with the two made buckets. So we'll see if Newstall is able to dial it in, or if there's going to be some other Bulldogs able to contribute. After that timeout, we did have a pair of substitutions for Sargent County. Schleck drives out to Jana Olsen. This is Michaela Wall. Back to Jana Olsen. Looking for Spain down low in the lane. Olsen's dribble drive, and we're going to have a tie-up with the recent substitution of number 5, the senior Chloe Bogart, as well as her sister, the freshman number 3, Mallory Bogart. Otherwise, Bixby, Sundquist, and Kadoon on the floor, or remaining on the floor for Sargent County. Bogart left alone for the mid-range jumper, off the mark, but Sundquist fighting for the offensive rebound, misses it, gets her own miss. Now Kadoon up amongst the trees, getting an offensive rebound, and she is going to get it out to Mallory Bogart, back out to Bixby, down low to Chloe Bogart. Her shot, I believe it was deflected. Yes, it was. So possession will stay here with Sargent County. About 3 or 4 offensive rebounds there for the Bulldogs, just unable to convert, but still with an opportunity here with the basketball. Kadoon's turnaround jumper rattles around, no good. And we're going to have a pushing foul there. I believe that's going to be called on number 13, Aspen Schlecht, as she was working on boxing out Sundquist. So now Mallory Bogart set to toss it in. She gets it up top now to Chloe, as Bixby now with the basketball. Gets it to Bogart. Back to Bixby, her three-point jumper off the mark. And fighting for the offensive board was Chloe Bogart, but unable to save it for the Bulldogs is Bogart, and Jana Olsen finally able to end that defensive possession for the Eagles. Schlecht working on Sundquist, gets it now to Karina Olsen. This is Michaela Wall, dribble drive left side. Good job there by Mallory Bogart, able to cut it off. Jana Olsen left alone for 3. Her shot off the mark, and Sundquist going to draw the foul there on number 22, Penelope Spain. Good box out there from Sundquist, as that foul on Spain is going to be her first and her team's second. So under 90 seconds remaining, low scoring first quarter here for both Sargent County and Enderlin. Good job there by Schlecht, able to poke that one away, but Bogart comes away with it. Bixby now looking to get an inside, and just a little bit tall there from Bixby to Mallory Bogart, as it looked like she was left alone in the far side short corner. Wall back to Schlecht. Olsen, and we're going to have a double dribble called in there. It looked like Jana Olsen was getting ready to skip it cross court, but picked it up, put the ball back down. So Sargent County basketball here, just over a minute remaining in quarter number 1. Mallory Bogart, mid-range jumper, off the mark. Cadoon chases down, offensive rebound, settles for the 3, and that one's off the mark, but another offensive board for Sundquist. Able to get it to Chloe Bogart. Now this is Mallory. Bixby is somehow able to get it to Cadoon on that far side box area. That's usually not a pass that has much success rate. I think Bixby found the 0.1% that it does work, but 5 points now for Cadoon. Bulldogs up by 4. Shot clock, game clock, virtually the same, maybe off by a couple milliseconds here. Karina Olsen, Wall. Back now to Jana Olsen. Working on Cadoon is Jana. And Spain gets the shot off, no good, and that'll do it here through 1 quarter of play. Sargent County leading over the Eagles 9-5. We'll be back with the second quarter. You're watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, for sure.
9-5 our score through 1 quarter of play as the Bulldogs able to come out to a lead. Have been trailing 5-2. A little 7-0 run here through the final 3 minutes of play in that first quarter. Right now the leading scorer for both teams is number 22, Carly Cadoon. She has 5. And then Sadie Newstall has 4 to make up the other remaining points for Sargent County. And then the leading scorer for the Eagles is Jana Olsen with 4. And then Aspen Schlecht able to make 1 of 2 free throws. So second quarter is about to get underway. Bixby, Mallory, and Chloe Bogart, Lily Lee, and Sadie Newstall on the floor for Sargent County. As for the Eagles, they're going to be starting the same way. They started this one with Wall, Schlecht, Jana Olsen, Majo, and Spain, as Wall has it now, looking to get it to Schlecht. Good defense played there by Mallory Bogart. Jana Olsen thought about the 3, looking inside, dribble drive, step back, and as she tries to step through there, she's going to draw the foul on Newstall, so she'll now go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Just a second trip to the free throw line for either team. As a first free throw up and good. And second free throw off the mark. So Jana Olsen now with 5. She leads the Eagles in scoring. Schlecht with the other 1 point. So Bixby walking it up. Seems to be maybe a 1-3-1 zone this go around. Seeing kind of a fluid zone look from the Eagles throughout that first quarter. Bixby steps into a free throw line jumper, left short off the mark. Spain able to chase down the rebound. Gets it now to Jana Olsen, who's looking to get it across half court. Her dribble drive all the way to the rack, and she's going to draw a foul once again. We'll see if they call Bogart reaching in, or yes, they will call it on Chloe Bogart reaching in, saving Newstall from picking up a second foul. But another trip here to the line for Jana Olsen. First free throw in and out. That foul on Bogart is the second team foul of the second quarter, and Newstall will take a seat. Carly Cadoon checking back in. And second free throw up and good. So 2 for 4 from the free throw line for Jana Olsen, as the lead cut down now to just 2. Mallory Bogart, mid-range pull-up jumper, this time a little bit strong, as Olsen comes away with it. She's looking to push, directing it towards Spain, and the way that Lee kind of moved towards Spain, maybe Olsen would have had a chance there for a left-handed layup, but unable to connect down low. And Sargent County now has a chance here on offense. Bixby gonna drive, gets it back now to Bogart. Another mid-range jumper. This time Mallory is able to connect. That's the first points for Mallory Bogart here in this one. Olsen picked up here by Kadoon. And she gets a screen from Spain. Dribble drive right at Kadoon, and we're going to have a foul called here on Kadoon. So third trip to the line here in the second quarter for Jana Olsen. And first free throw off the mark. Checking back in for Sargent County, number 41, Ashlyn Sundquist, and number 35, Sadie Newstall. And another split trip here for Jana Olsen, 3 for 6 from the free throw line. She has 7 to lead all scorers. And Sargent County, 11-8 lead. Shot there by Newstall off the mark. Wall coming away with the board, and she's going to get some separation before she brings it across half court. Down low to Spain. Poked away there by Sundquist. Ball's going to stay here with the Eagles. Checking back in for Enderlin. Number 12, Karina Olsen. And Jana Olsen will take a seat. Schleck set to inbound. Looking inside, gets it up top to Wall. Majo to Karina Olsen. Back now to Wall. Majo, good ball movement here, making that zone move. 2-3 zone now off of that baseline out of bounds play. Schlecht, her three-point jumper, just off the mark. Batted around, and they're going to say last touch there by Wall. Good decision there by Bixby, letting that one ricochet out of bounds. So Bixby now to Lee. Good communication there for that Eagles defense. Now more of a 2-3 zone being played. Kadoon dribble drive, taking it right at Michaela Wall, and that's going to be the first bucket here of the second quarter for Kadoon. She now has 7. Karina Olsen to Majo, far side corner, down low to Spain, and this time we're going to have a foul called on Sundquist as she tried to poke that one away. Good positioning by Penelope Spain. So that foul on Sargent County gives them 4 team fouls, so any foul for the remaining 5 minutes here of the second quarter will be free throws for the Eagles, and Olsen able to come away with that one. Schlecht, her three-point jumper is good. First triple here for the Eagles belongs to the senior Aspen Schlecht, and you can tell Coach Deagle that's the shot that he wants Schlecht to take. Kadoon left alone for 3 for the answer, and she does. So 10 points now for Carly Kadoon, a pair of triples, 1 in both quarters. As Coach Searstead calling for more pressure put on by his squad, got to defend without fouling, and they're going to say that Olsen stepped on the line there on that far sideline. So good double team there between Lee and Kadoon as Sargent County now going to take over after the turnover. This is Newstall, free throw line. Back to Bixby, her drive gets Olsen in the air, and Bixby able to convert. So some of those shots that weren't falling in the first quarter starting to fall for Sargent County midway through quarter number 2. Wall gets it now to Majo. Michaela Wall now to Karina Olsen, back to Majo. Looking for Spain down low, and said Schlecht here top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Down low to Spain. Newstill's on her this time, and Spain unable to get that one to go. Good defense played there down low by Newstill. And somehow Bixby able to find Lee, but unable to finish, and Newstill gets her own, or gets the offensive rebound and unable to finish. So good vision there by Bixby, able to find Lee down low, just unable to finish on those couple layup opportunities they had. So Jana Olsen will check back in. Karina Olsen will take a seat. Wall to Schlecht. Gets Bixby in the air, able to break the press. Majo thought about Spain there, crashing there into the lane. Schlecht, Wall. And good recovery there for Sargent County, able to get back on their player. Blocked there by Newstill. And rebound by Lee, getting it now to Bixby. Bixby to Cadoon. Cadoon straight up and straight in for Carly Cadoon. She now has 12, outpacing the Eagles by herself there in that scoring column. Wall now able to navigate through that Bulldog defense there just around the volleyball line. And good job there by Lee, able to reach in and poke that one away from Schlecht. Bixby looking for some help. Gets it to Lee, out to Cadoon. Her three-point jumper, and just off the mark. And we've got a timeout called here by the Eagles, and we'll take one with them as Sargent County leads 20, Eagles 11.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
That timeout brought to you by Bank North, as that is going to be the last 30-second timeout from the Eagles. So only fulls left for Coach Deagle, as the lead now up to 9 for Sargent County. Mallory Bogart checked in there during that timeout. Sadie Newstill took a seat. More of a 1-2-1-1 zone, pretty easily broken there by the Eagles, as Wall now gets it to Schlecht. Her quick trigger there on the three-point shot, no good. Poked out, she ends up getting that rebound, and she steps into a floater off the mark. Lee coming away with the board. Couple of shot attempts there for Schlecht, just unable to get one to fall. Bogart sets the screen there for Bixby. Cadoon thought about the three, instead gets it to Bogart. Now Bixby, Lee unable to handle that. Bixby's floater off the glass, rolls around, no good. Rebound for Aspen Schlecht. Jana Olsen, good job there by Bixby, stepping in front without fouling. Spain goes right at Sundquist, no good. Bixby able to come away with the board. Good job there by Caitlin Majo, not making it easy for her. Cadoon, turnaround jumper, and that's good. 9 points now in the quarter for Carly Cadoon. She has 14. Spain back to Jana Olsen. Schlecht now with about a minute remaining in our first half of play. Majo, her three-point shot, just left short. Hit off front iron there. Good rebound for Sundquist. Good defensive closeout by Lee. Mallory Bogart thought about the mid-range shot. Cadoon will take it, though. That's off the mark. Lee gets the offensive board, and this time Lee is able to finish her first points of the contest. Shot clock turned off. Final 30 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. Olsen trying to direct traffic, gets it to Majo. Blocked there by Sundquist. And final 10 seconds here. Don't have to rush, just need to get a good shot. Bixby, Cadoon, her three-point shot is off the mark. So final 3.8 here. We'll see if the Eagles are able to get one off. Schlecht. Her half-court heave is just going to be short, and that'll do it. Through our first half as the Bulldogs able to extend their lead up to 13 here going into the halftime locker room as they lead over the Eagles 24-11. We'll step aside and we'll be back with the halftime stats as well as a look ahead as to what to expect here in our second half. You are watching District 1 girls basketball here on yourliveevent.com.
At North Sargent School, we believe in empowering students for a bright future. From our caring teachers and innovative programs to our focus on academic excellence and community involvement, North Sargent is where students thrive. With small class sizes and personalized attention, we ensure every student gets the support they need to succeed, both in the classroom and beyond. Proud to be a part of our growing community, we're shaping tomorrow's leaders today. North Sargent School, preparing learners today to thrive in the future.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
The Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is a nonprofit foundation that supports academic success in the community. The mission is to mobilize the community on behalf of post-secondary education success for the students. Dollars for Scholars chapters help hometown students achieve their educational goals by raising scholarship funds, establishing endowments, and more. For more information, scan the QR code on screen or stop by the Sargent Central School District. This game is brought to you in part by David Bergerman Agency and Stock Growers Bank.
Sargent Central Public School, helping others create themselves things and opportunities. It's home to a variety of wonderful opportunities, including a 24/7, 365 community wellness center, a 3rd through 12th grade smart lab, free pre-kindergarten, 1-to-1 student devices, and 12 weeks paid parental leave. For more information, please visit sargentcentral.org. Good luck, athletes, and good luck, Sargent County Bulldogs. Together is Central.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest Coaches Show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search Your Live Event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good!
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
24-11, the halftime score here from the MAC, as the Bulldogs took a 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter and have now grown it to the 13-point margin you see it currently. And one of the big contributors to that one is a 9-point second quarter from Carly Cadoon to add to the 5 in the first. So she leads all scorers with 14 points. Also getting some other contributions from Emma Bixby, Liliana Lee, and Mallory Bogart, each with a bucket there in that second quarter to help give them that 15 points in the second frame. As for the Eagles, right now they're being led in scoring by their freshman guard, number 11, Jana Olsen. She has 7 points, went 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Pretty early on in that second quarter, I believe the Bulldogs had 4 team fouls through the first 3 minutes of the second quarter, and we're finally able to dial it back in and play aggressive without fouling there in the second quarter, keeping the Eagles from being in bonus for too long. We did also see it, the first triple for the Eagles knocked down by Aspen Schlecht to add to her free throw that she had in the first quarter to give her 4 points. So for the Eagles, they got to look for offense in more than just those 2 places, as Olsen and Schlecht, the only 2 players in the box score for Enderlin. Looking around the area for some other scores, especially of interest to these District 1, Region 1 teams. The Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion Lobos currently leading over New Rockford, Cheyenne, 31-18. Maple River and Oaks still set to play. I see that game is played up in Maple Valley, so should be able to swap over on your live event and tune into that one. Sure to be a solid contest between the Raiders and Tornadoes. Other than that, the only other District 1 action going on is the Tri-State Tigers versus Richland Colts. Not sure if that game has started yet, but no score up to this moment. So going into the second half, some areas to improve upon for Sargent County is being able to capitalize when they get the ball down low. There have been many opportunities for multiple players to get some easy buckets down low. Still have yet to see any points for Ashlyn Sundquist. She's another one of those players for Sargent County, near the 10 points per game average. Yet to score from the field. Really only seen her take 2 or 3 shots, so not seeing a high volume of field goal attempts for Sundquist. But how are they going to be able to capitalize on some of those easy opportunities? And if you're the Eagles, as I mentioned, trying to find some offense outside of Olsen and Schlecht, but just being able to play a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end, or at least try to keep the Bulldogs from getting a lot of open shots. Players like Newstall and Bogart, even though they didn't hit on a lot of those open jump shots, still probably more open looks than Coach Deagle would like to see out of his team in that first half. So how will they be able to change up defensively and keep the pressure on Sargent County and not let this lead grow anymore? Well, as the final seconds start to tick off here, as our halftime is coming to an end, we will step aside and we'll be right back. You're watching District 1 Girls Basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Second half just about to get underway. It looks like it's going to be Sargent County basketball coming out of the locker room. So on the floor to start our second half, Bixby, Lee, Cadoon, Newstall, and Sundquist for Sargent County. Wall, Majo, Jana Olson, Aspen Schlecht, and Penelope Spain for the Eagles. Bixby gets it to Lee, Cadoon in near side corner. This is Newstall now, left alone, steps into the free throw line. Jumper, and that's good for Newstall. 6 points now for Sadie Newstall. Olson going right at Cadoon. Spain back to Wall. And now Majo far side. And we're going to have a 3-second violation called. I guess I didn't see what player that was for the Eagles, but 3 seconds in the lane, so quick turnover for the Eagles on their first possession of the second half. Lee now to Cadoon. Cadoon left alone for three. She'll take it off the mark. And good weak side rebound there for Olson. And we're going to have a travel called before Bixby was able to get a hand in there and kind of knock that one loose. So 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Eagles. Not a good recipe for success here in this second half. Cadoon almost walked with that one. Newstall, good turnaround, steps into a mid-range jumper. So Newstall, who had struggled there in that first half, about 2 for 13, it seemed like, from the floor, and able to go 2 for 2 to start this second half, and that's going to draw a timeout for the Eagles as Sargent County leads 28-11.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Winter Conference 2025 is Wednesday, January 22nd at the Avalon Center in Fargo, North Dakota. You can register at planterdoc.com. Engineers, agronomists, and product experts will share insights focused on improving farm operations. Stay ahead of the curve by learning how to maximize your efficiency in the field with solutions for every season. Register for Winter Conference 2025 at planterdoc.com.
28-11, Sargent County leading over the Eagles. The only point so far in the second half belonging to Sadie Newstall. As she now has 8. She's the second leading scorer in the ball game behind her teammate Cadoon, who has the 14 points. I forgot to turn off the timeout clock, so going to retoss this one in. Olson deflected by Lee. Majo coming away with it. Majo picks up her dribble, gets it now to Wall. Olson, Schlecht guarded by Bixby. 15 left on the shot clock. Schlecht up top, Majo, good swing out to Olson. Her three-point shot is good. First field goal for Jana Olson since the first quarter. She now has 10 points to lead the Eagles in scoring. Lee back to Bixby. Down low to a Wall, low size disadvantage there as Cadoon able to capitalize. She now has 16 on the ball game. Wall to Olson. Olson out to Majo. Back to Olson. Olson stops. Kicks back out to Michaela Wall. This is Caitlin Majo. Schlecht Working on Newstall. Schleck kicks Michaela Wall. Her three-point shot off the mark. Spain pokes it out, and Jana Olsen comes away with it. Now over to Majo. Looks like Olsen might be hurt there on the far side, and Newstall is on the floor for the loose ball, and they're able to get the timeout called by Coach Searstead. So timeout brought to you by Bank North, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. Visit banknorth.com today. So if you're the Eagles being able to capitalize in those half-court offensive sets, they have good opportunities to get shots off, just not always taking them, and when they are, they're just not falling. For the Eagles here this evening, still the only two players are Jana Olsen and Aspen Schlecht to record any points in the box score. Lee up top now to Kadoon. Kadoon dribble drive, goes at Jana Olsen, and going to draw the foul there is Kadoon. So she's going to go to the line now to shoot two, as that foul on Olsen is going to be the first for her, first for the team here in the second half. As that free throw for Kadoon up and good. Two for two from the free throw line. Those are the first free throws for Sargent County here on the evening. Lead now up to 18. Karina Olsen came in. Her dribble drive goes right at the basket. No good. Spain blocked by Lee and tipped out there by Kadoon. And they're going to also call her for a foul. So second foul on Kadoon. But good take there by Karina Olsen, going right into the interior. Jana Olsen down low. And she steps through and somehow able to come out of the trees and get that one to fall. 12 points now for Jana Olsen. Lee. Bixby down low to Kadoon. Kadoon kicks out to Sundquist just inside that three-point line. Shot off the mark for Sundquist. And Spain fighting to keep that one, but throws it away. Bixby comes away with it. Down low to Kadoon. Wide open for the layup is Kadoon. Good job there by Bixby being there for that throwaway and also being able to find Kadoon down low. Schleck, dribble drive, baseline, going right at Newstall. Lee comes crashing down, and they're going to say last touch there by Sargent County. Well, Mallory and Chloe Bogart coming back in for the Bulldogs. Kadoon and Sundquist will take a seat. Wall to Schleck, short corner, shot fake, dribble drive, kick out to Karina. Now Jana Olsen back to Karina. Good skip pass there. Schleck left alone for three. Her shot is good. Second triple on the evening for Aspen Schlecht. Good vision there by the Eagles as Mallory Bogart loses her footing and Bixby comes away with it. Her floater up and good. Good job there by Mallory Bogart getting rid of it before she turned it over. Three-pointer from Jana Olsen. No good. Poked around. Coming away with the board is Wall. And that shot from Aspen Schlecht up and good. Back-to-back triples for the Eagles. As Schlecht now with 10. Bixby floats, draws the foul. She'll go to the line now to shoot two. So first free throws on the evening here for Bixby. First one in and out. Summon back in are Kadoon and Sundquist as Lee and Newstall will take a seat. Checking in for the Eagles is Caitlin Majo and number 3, Madison Buckles, the freshman forward, getting her first minutes here on the evening. Empty trip there for Bixby. Ball batting around. Wall able to save it. And Jenna Olsen comes away with it. Now up to Majo. Back to Schlecht. As she surveys, gets the screen there from Buckles. Schlecht goes right at Bixby and Sundquist. We'll see who they call the foul on. As they're going to call that on Kadoon reaching in. So 3 fouls now on Carly Kadoon, 2 for the team. Far side skip is Schlecht, and she steps on that far sideline. So that's going to be a turnover for the Eagles as she went for that dribble drive off the shot fake. Well, 3 minutes remaining here in our third quarter. Mallory Bogart goes right at the interior, and they're going to call a charge there on Bogart. And Coach Searstead not a fan of that call. Good strong take there by Bogart. I didn't see what Eagle stepped in front there to draw that charge, but Buckles now will take a seat. Spain will sub back in. Schlecht guarded by Bixby. This is Wall. Spain goes right at Sundquist. Shot no good. Somehow Olsen able to come away with the board, and Sundquist going for that block attempt causes the contact, and Olsen will go to the line now to shoot 2. 3 for 6 there in that second quarter for Olsen from the free throw line. Second free throw upcoming. And that one's good. Bogart trapped there, and she's going to step on the line. So turnover there for Bogart. Back-to-back turnovers for the freshman guard. So I believe that lead got up to about 17, 18 points. Now cut back down now to 12. Wall out to Schlecht. Her three-point shot up and just off the mark. Bixby just able to stay from stepping out of bounds. Bogart, her take is going to draw a foul, so no good on the layup, but she'll go to the line now, shoot a pair of free throws. As that foul is going to be called on Jana Olsen, her third, team's third, with just over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. First free throw off the mark. Karina Olsen checking back in for the Eagles as Jana Olsen will take a seat. And second free throw for Mallory Bogart is good. So 13-point lead for Sargent County. Eagles making them work here in the middle stages of our third quarter. Olsen now to Wall. Back to Olsen. This is Majo. Wall thought about the three, kicked it back out. Good ball movement here. Good motion running the offense for the Eagles. Schlecht gets it now off of that off-ball screen. Take goes right at Bixby. Back out to Karina Olsen. Her three-point shot, no good. Bixby, this guy's up for the board. Now she's looking to push. Gets it to Kadoon, and shot no good by Kadoon. But Mallory Bogart somehow able to come away with it as it got poked loose down low. 5 points now for Bogart off the bench. His lead back now up to 15 for Sargent County. Final 90 seconds ticking off this third quarter clock. Majo out to Wall. Spain and Sundquist really fighting down low for positioning. Schlecht goes right at Bixby. Her drive off the glass, no good. Chloe Bogart skying up for that rebound. Gets it now to Bixby. Final minute remaining here in our third quarter. Bixby, good extra pass there to Kadoon, and Kadoon able to finish off the glass. As I believe we got a timeout called here on the floor. And I think they said that was Coach Searstead who called that timeout. So we will keep it here as the lead back up now to 17 for Sargent County. The Eagles had gotten it down to 12 with about 2.5 to go. And have about a 13-second difference between shot clock, game clock coming out of this timeout. So Kadoon now with 22 points here on the evening. 5 points in that first quarter, 9 in the second, 8. With just about 48 remaining in the third quarter. Bixby picking Schlecht up full court. Up top now is Wall. Her three-point shot up and off the mark as that rattled around. No good. This is Bogart now, Mallory Bogart, as Chloe Bogart took a seat during that timeout. Shot clock, game clock, virtually the same. Up top now to Mallory Bogart. And Bixby starting to go back door there as she says, my bad, as that gets tossed out of bounds. Shot clock turned off now, 15 remaining for the Eagles. Job there playing on-ball defense for Bixby. This is a shot for Majo. It's up and good. Caitlin Majo with the triple. And that'll do it through 3 quarters of play as Sargent County leads 41, Eagles 27.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is your local LG Seeds and Dairyland seed dealership. They offer the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans along with alfalfa. Anderson Seed Farms is also a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top grown spring wheat in North Dakota last year. If you'd like to know more about these industry-leading products, contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at 701-724-3601 or check out AndersonSeedFarms.com.
Sargent Central Public School, helping others create themselves things and opportunities. It's home to a variety of wonderful opportunities, including a 24/7, 365 community wellness center, a 3rd through 12th grade smart lab, free pre-kindergarten, 1-to-1 student devices, and 12 weeks paid parental leave. For more information, please visit sargentcentral.org. Good luck, athletes, and good luck, Sargent County Bulldogs. Together is Central.
Eagle basketball as we get our fourth quarter started. As Jana Olsen gets it to Michaela Wall. This is Caitlin Majo hitting that triple there at the end of the third quarter. Penelope Spain sets a screen for Olsen, now on that roll. And Olsen steps through, shot no good. Newstall and Sundquist fighting for the board between themselves, and that's going to draw a turnover as Newstall hits the floor. So travel called there. Wall up top now to Majo. Olsen down low to Spain. Spain shot up, no good, but she is going to draw the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. First, a free throw rattles in for Penelope Spain. As Cartley Cadoon set to check in, and Mallory Bogart will take a seat. Second free throw upcoming here for Spain. 2 for 2 on that trip. So with that 3-point bucket at the end of the third quarter for Caitlin Majo, and now those free throws, those are the first 5 points for someone not named Jana Olsen or Aspen Schlecht for the Eagles here this evening, as the lead cut down now to 12. Good find down low to Sundquist, as Ashlyn Sundquist now in the box score for the Bulldogs. That was a good assist there from Cadoon on that feed to Sundquist. Majo to Wall. Dribble drive back out to, or deflected there by Kadoon, but back out to Majo. Almost stolen right off of the tip, and Kadoon left alone, and her shot no good, but Lee able to, no, she's not able to mop up the miss there by Kadoon. So wide open layup there for Kadoon, no good. Teammates running the floor to trail, also unable to convert. Kadoon takes the three, no good. Schleck coming away with the board. So good defensive effort there by Kadoon, but an empty trip for Sargent County. As Olsen to Spain, her jumper, no good, too strong off the glass. Bixby surveys the offense, gets it to Kadoon, far side wing, gets a screen from Lee. Newstall down low to Lee. Lee working on Spain, and good job there by Lee creating some space as she's able to get her second bucket. Schlecht. Good job there. Bixby jumping that right-hand dribble by Schlecht. About 15 remaining on the shot clock. Jenna Olsen. Her dribble drive going right at Newstall. Good usage of that pivot foot there for Jana Olsen. Able to come away with the loose ball, and we've got a travel called as Olsen going to get called for that one. Checking back in is Madison Buckles and Karina Olsen, as Caitlin Majo and Michaela Wall will take a seat for the Eagles. So about 2.5 minutes gone here in our fourth quarter of play. Kadoon gets the screen from Sundquist, but they're going to say it was an illegal one there, as I think the initial contact was fine, but she, I think, stuck her leg out there to continue that engagement of the contact. So third foul on Sundquist, second team foul. As Olsen steps back for three, maybe deflected by Newstall. Sundquist comes away with the board, and she gets it now to Bixby. Looking to push, gets it to Newstall. Newstall with those 8 points. Steps back now and gets it to Kadoon. Kadoon takes the three-point jumper. That's no good. Sundquist comes away with the board, and she's going to draw the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot two. So that foul is called on Buckles, her first, team's first, as the first free throw for Sundquist rattles in. Michaela Wall coming back in, as Penelope Spain will take a seat, about 4:50 remaining. And the second free throw for Ashlyn Sundquist is good. She now has 4 points, all coming here in this fourth quarter. Olsen to Schlecht. Up to Karina Olsen. Out to Michaela Wall. Good shot fake. And off the glass, no good. Lee fighting for the board, and it looks like she's going to draw a foul. And they're going to call that on Schlecht. So that foul on Schlecht, her second, team second. As Sargent County now matched with their largest lead of 18, Newstall. Up to Lee. This is Bixby down to Sundquist. Sundquist shot rattles around the rim, and that falls. 6 points now for Ashlyn Sundquist. Schlecht left-hand drive up to Wall. Now to Olsen. Schlecht goes inside, draws the foul, and she'll go to the line now with a chance for a pair of free throws. And that foul on Kadoon, I believe that's going to be her 4th. It is. So 4 personal fouls on Carly Kadoon, 3 team. First free throw upcoming here for Aspen Schlecht is good. As Penelope Spain comes back in, Madison Buckles will take a seat. Two for two from the free throw line is Aspen Schlecht. She now has 12 points for the Eagles. Jana Olsen with 14. Kadoon to Sundquist. Bixby now to Lee. Lee working on Spain. Looks to kick it back out, but deflected. Coming away with it is Bixby, and that falls for Bixby. She now has 6 points for Sargent County. Spain working on Sundquist. Olsen out to Wall. And back to Jana Olsen up top. As we're going to have a off-ball foul called there on Ashlyn Sundquist. That's going to be 4 team fouls now for Sargent County as Caitlin Maggio comes back in. So about 3 minutes to play. Eagles looking to trim into this 20-point advantage for Sargent County. As Olsen steps into the 3, and that one rattles around, no good. Rebound for Carly Kadoon. So Bixby walking it up. Kadoon now to Sundquist, top of the key. Sundquist gets it to Lee, and Lee's left-handed finish is good. So 6 points for Lee. 4 of those coming in this 4th quarter. As it looks like Coach Searstead getting ready to empty his bench. As the final 2.5 tick off the scoreboard here in town. Olsen to Wall. Wall able to get that one to go. First bucket for Michaela Wall here this evening. Sargent County in no hurry, just letting all the time wind off here. Bixby down low to Lee. Lee again with the attempt down low, but Sundquist comes away with it. That's 8 points in this 4th quarter for Ashlyn Sundquist, and that's going to do it for the Sargent County starters, as we got a bunch of substitutions in. And a quick substitution timeout is going to just turn into a full timeout, and we will take it as well as Sargent County leads by 22.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
55-33 the score with just under 2 minutes remaining in this one. Some of the substitutions that came in for Sargent County, Mallory Bogart and Chloe Bogart back into the game. Sophomore guard number 1, Caitlin Wengler. Junior forward number 10, Whitney Marr, and sophomore center number 40, Anong Dang, in for the Bulldogs. It looks like a couple substitutions for Coach Deagle as well, as Jana Olsen turns it over. Caitlin Wengler coming away with it. It looks like it's Jana Olsen, Karina Olsen, Zoe Getty, number 20, Madison Buckles, number 3, and there's one more player out there. I just can't see the number. Number 15, Bristol Lemna is the other substitution on the floor. Down low, this is Dang, and Dang shot no good. Rebound gathered there by Wengler. Wengler shot no good. Rebound gathered now by Whitney Marr as Mallory Bogart pulls it out, gets ready to set up, gets it now to Wengler. Caitlin Wangler, her layup, no good. Dang comes away with the board, and she is able to get that one to fall. And we're going to have another substitution timeout, this time called by the Eagles, as sophomore guard number 10, Natalie Bergstead, coming in for Enderlin. Final minute remaining here in Milner, as all that's really left is the final score, as that shot from Madison Buckles falls, her first points. About a 8-9 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Marr tried to get it to Chloe Bogart cutting, but unable to get that one. Good deflection there by the Eagles. Didn't see who got that deflection. Buckles, this is Karina Olson. Kicks out to Lemna. Lemna dribble drive and picked off there by Mallory Bogart. And all she needs to do is cross half court, and that'll do it for this one as the final 10 seconds tick off here. And that'll do it here as the final score. Bulldogs 57, Eagles 35. And we will step aside and we will be back with post-game coverage here from Milner as the Bulldogs able to advance to 8-2 on the season.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
57-35, the final score here from Milner, as the Bulldogs able to get back into the victory column after dropping their last game out. They now advance to 8-2 overall on the season and pick up district win number 2 as well. The Bulldogs were led in scoring tonight by their junior forward, number 22, Carly Cadoon, who had 22. But then when you look at the other starters in the lineup, Sundquist and Newstill had 8. Lee and Bixby each with 6. They were also able to get 5 points off the bench from Mallory Bogart. And then that last bucket from Anong Dang there once Coach Searstead went to his bench. As for the Eagles, they fall to 3-8 overall on this season. They were led in scoring tonight by their freshman guard, number 11, Jana Olsen. She had 14 points. Aspen Schleck, senior guard, had 12 points, 3 triples, and 3 free throws to help get her those points. Then we did see a three-pointer made from Madison Buckles and Caitlin Majo, and then a pair of free throws for Penelope Spain, and a made field goal from the floor for Michaela Wall to make up the remainder of their scoring. So as we look ahead for both teams, the Eagles will be able to settle in nicely at home as 6 of their next 7 contests are all going to be in Enderlin. They will face the Tri-State Tigers on Thursday before Nelson County comes to town over the weekend with an approximate 1:30 start time in that one. As for the Bulldogs, they will be traveling to Oaks to take on the Tornadoes on Thursday before having a back-to-back doubleheader starting first with Edgeley Cole Montpelier on Saturday before coming back here to Milner to take on the Wyoming Lidgerwood Warbirds next Tuesday. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. Our Enbridge player of the game in tonight's contest is going to be the senior forward, number 35, Sadie Newstill, who had a rough start there shooting in the first quarter, but still able to contribute 8 points as well as a slew of offensive rebounds and nice hustle plays for Coach Searstead. Newstill, not someone who always shows up in the box score, but definitely a player who brings the energy for the Bulldogs, and that was definitely on display here this evening. And lastly, we have our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game, and this might be cheating here a little bit, but I think our Agassiz Precision play of the game has to be the play of Ashlyn Sundquist all evening long. Able to score 8 points all in that fourth quarter, but really it seemed like any time I looked off ball on the defensive side, it was Ashlyn Sundquist playing physical defense against mainly Penelope Spain down low for the Eagles. But our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game is the defensive play of senior Ashlyn Sundquist. One last time from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth, I'm Nick Furch. Connor Olson was your man behind the camera. Make sure you tune in to your live event all season long, and make sure you turn to yourliveevent.com to see all of the upcoming action. The Sargent County boys basketball team will be back in action here in Milner tomorrow night as they face the Ellendale Cardinals. Make sure you tune in for that one. Chase Miller will be on the call for that contest, that doubleheader action against Edgeley Cole Montpelier, and I'll be back next Tuesday when the Bulldogs take on Wyoming Lidgerwood. 57-35 the final score. I wanted to thank you all for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your evening.